Today's video will be a short one since we are meeting in person, but just in case you missed something, hopefully you'll find it here. We'll start with a do now, evaluating powers. So you'll copy these in your notes and we'll go over them in class. And again, whether you're in person or remote, we'll see the answers, period 2. In our lesson for today, we're going to go over order of operations. Again, as I said, this first chapter or two is things that you've already done, but let's just go over them anyway, just quickly. We know that when we want to simplify numeric expressions that have more than one operation, we have to follow a certain path, a certain method of solving or simplifying, or we won't get the same answer. So we're going to go over those rules, which means that we're first going to do all the operations that occur in grouping symbols. Now we use PEMDAS, and the P stands for parentheses, but we're really going to be looking at different types of groupings this year, and you may have already explored them already. We're going to be looking at the parentheses, the brackets, and the fraction bar. The second thing you'll look for are the powers. You want to evaluate any exponents that are there. You'll then use your multiply or divide from left to right. You're going to use that left to right rule. And you'll also use the left to right rule when you're doing the last part, which is the additions and the subtractions. So let's explore a few examples. Here are a couple. Let's try these out. And again, copy them and see how you do. There are just 3. In the first one, you do see parentheses and powers and operations. So we see grouping symbols that are parentheses. In the second one, we see a combination below in parentheses and brackets. And the third one on the right has that fraction bar. So again, I'm not putting any answers in the video today. I am just putting these examples there in case you have an opportunity to look at the video before, or if not after, and then you'll see it during the live class today how to do these problems. I'll go over 1 or 2 because again the fraction bar may be something you're not familiar with. We think of this as grouping. Now I can group this 7 times 4 divided by parentheses 8 plus 7 squared minus 1. That's another way to write the same problem. But basically all you need to do is simplify the top. 7 times 4 is 28. On the bottom we'll have 8 plus 49 minus 1. So again, using your left to right rule, doing all the right things, we'll keep that 28 on the top. Here we'll get 57 minus 1, which will give me 28 over 56, and that leaves me with one more step, and that will be to simplify, and there I have it. So again, we can look at this as one horizontal problem, as we see that I wrote up here on the right, or we can simplify the numerator, simplify the denominator, and then lastly simplify that fraction. It'll either be a proper or improper fraction. Looking at the next one again, do what's on the top or numerator portion. I've got 32 plus 8. Well, 32 plus 8 will be 40. Below it we have 10 plus 4 minus 4. Well, 10 plus 4 is 14. 14 minus 4 is 10. And here's one that came out to an improper fraction, so when I'm done, I get 4 as my answer. Again, we'll do these in class step by step, but if you have questions, feel free to ask. We'll do these 2 as well. Again, not going to do them on the video because we have a live session today. These are a couple just order of operations without all the grouping symbols. So again, using my parentheses or groupings, exponents, multiply, divide, left to right, add, subtract, left to right. They start off relatively straightforward and they can get much more involved and complex. There becomes more steps, more operations, parentheses, and groupings, and that's basically what we're going to review today in class. The second part of the lesson is about the evaluations. In evaluations, you're going to start with an algebraic expression, and then you're going to be given values to substitute or replace in. This will be 6 times a negative 5 plus a 4 times 3. Then you simplify using order of operations. Once you substitute them in, you'll have a negative 30 plus 12, and you'll find your answer. In my second example, I'm going to have 3 times 4 squared minus 2 times 4. Again, order of operations, I'll get 4 times 4, which is 16. That'll give me 48. And I'll have 48 minus 8, and you'll find your answer there. So keeping this short and sweet, we'll continue to practice. We'll explore more problems in our lesson, and we'll practice tonight. See you in class.